today's youth-obsessed world of rapid technological developments, we often marginalize elders when their experience is most important. Elders remember a world when things changed much more slowly, when disposable was not a description of products, when sharing, reusing, and recycling were simply the way that they lived. Elders remember a time when family and social activities were the central focus of life, not shopping and owning stuff. Elders remind us that life can be rich and fulfilling without all the toys. That's a snippet at the end of an article from David Suzuki. If you're one of the people that watch this that live in Canada, you'll at least have a rough idea of who David Suzuki is. I'm not going to read the entire article because that's just obscenely long to put in a video. But the article has really struck me because I know how much I learned from older people in my life and how much they have changed me. Most of what I've learned in life, and that is about life, I learned from someone that was older than me. It's the same kind of concept why we have history class. Although in Canada it's called social studies, which is essentially the same damn thing, different name. But the entire thing is we want to learn from other people's mistakes in the past so we aren't doomed to repeat them in the future. And if you can sit down and have a conversation, just sit down and have coffee with your grandparents if they're not completely senile, which it happens, it's part of age, but sit down and have a conversation with someone who is your elder, someone who is a lot older and wiser than you are. And granted, time on Earth doesn't necessarily make you a smarter person, but over time, everybody learns something that they know and they can pass on to somebody else. Those little nuggets of wisdom. Those are the kinds of things that this entire channel is all about. Those little nuggets of wisdom that can be passed on to other people that you have learned and you want to pass on to either the next generation, your friend down the hall, or whatever. I challenge all of you to sit down, have a cup of coffee with your parents or your grandparents or whatever. Sit down, have a conversation. Listen to their stories. Those stories, what they have learned, maybe you can learn it too and help your life get along a little better too. At the very least, it'll be a good conversation and a nice cup of coffee. And as always, hit the subscribe button below. As always, hit the subscribe button above, like and all that down below, unless you're a horribly unsupportive person, and hit the dislike button, which would suck, but comments and all that down below. I will see you tomorrow.